Good morning from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's 11:03 a.m. on the 27th of December 2023. I had a lovely day yesterday, Boxing Day, which I traditionally celebrate the Christmas festival on that day to avoid the Christmas and all the lingering, trauma memories. So as a tradition, we have a little get-together on Boxing Day, usually. So my friend and soul brother, we've been friends and soul brother and sister for, almost 33 years, I think it is, next year. Anyway, we had our traditional get-together yesterday, and he stayed most of the afternoon and late into the evening, which was lovely, having company. And we got a bit pissed because I don't normally drink beer, and so Jared gave me 3 Coronas, and which were lovely. I actually got just a little bit tiddly on them. And we talked about, lots of unpleasant things, really. We're both trauma survivors, so we know how to dig deep. But we weren't wounding each other. We were just talking about, people that we'd known from the past who were unbelievably vicious and savage and non-entities. And so we sort of went over that old ground, and it was interesting to see how far we've come in the last 30 odd years, right? Very, very interesting. And Jared cooked beautiful chicken drumsticks done in soy and honey, very delicious. And I made a couple of salads and a jelly and some little gluten-free cupcakes. So and he brought custard, but we didn't end up opening up the custard. And I put cream on our puddings, our cake and jelly, and so it was all very yummy and nice. And Jared brought the most beautiful raw assorted nuts, which was yummy too. And I had nice olives, so we sort of put together our contributions, and together it made a lovely feast. So, and yes, especially enjoyable was our little Corona beers, which, as I say, I don't normally drink beer except when it's very, very hot like this. So it was delightful. And we went for a walk late in the evening too, just round the block, round through the forest. Saw a bandicoot running along the fence line along Boundary Road at the dog park. So that was quite delightful. And I'm very, very grateful and happy to have had his company yesterday. So today I, myself and Charlie, who is an avid listener and observer of the Mama, today I and the Royal We continue on with my readings of even date, and or royal our readings of even date. I'm joking, people. I'm joking. I'm not really royalty. I'm very, 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 very ordinary in my extraordinary walk. So you know what? Maybe I am a little bit royal. Swinging from the chandeliers as I do on a daily basis. Anyway, we continue our readings. Except my computer's decided to do some weird little shutdown, nervous breakdown. Even the computer's saying, no, please no. But on we must go. Today's title is Happiness, exclamation mark. Yes, happiness is always a desirable emotion, even if you have to sometimes let it slowly unfurl and blossom like a tiny little fern tendril reaching out into the light. Here's a lovely photograph of Beauregard of blessed memory, smiling at his mama as he sometimes used to do. We can't see it, can we? No. Can we see it? Oh no, here he is. Here he is. Let me just scroll down a bit. Where's me Missy? Me little Missy, look at him showing all his toothies. Lovely white teeth. Oh, he was a handsome boy. He was my boy, that's why he was a handsome boy. Anyway, here we have it. There's little bits of what looks like honey on my computer. I'm trying to work out how that got there. Anyway, haven't been eating honey. There's goopy bits. That's when I'm going like this, licking goopy bits off my laptop. Oh, and then I wonder why my computers break down. So today's readings start from last year, 2022. Last night, Crystal and Jared and I went through almost all my children's artworks that I had carefully preserved for 35 years. 35 years, people. I am a pack rat, or used to be. I've got rid of a lot of stuff. We threw out, we threw most of them out, but I kept a few items that were sentimental only to me. I still have larger paintings tucked behind a wardrobe that Crystal needs to go through. I think I'll just go through them later and chuck them out. I actually forgot about it. I suspect most will be thrown out too. After 35 years of hoarding and storing them and moving them from house to house to house through, 8 moves, people, finally last year they got thrown out. So what was that all about really? I shall tell you. She told me it was insane of me to cherish and safeguard them all these decades. I agreed it was, but each tiny artwork I curated, no matter how scribbly or abstract, was precious to me. As my own mother had desecrated my artworks and stories that I wrote and would summarily throw them in the rubbish bin, slapping her hands with triumph and contempt. And so she eroded my innate gleanings, my joy in my own creativity, and prevented me from blossoming into my talents, however negligible they might be, right up until very recent years, when my spirit finally declared its own authority and recognized my need to blossom out in all my undertakings, no matter how trivial or ridiculous. See also my attempts at finding a love partner. Extremely ridiculous. It took me over 5 decades to simply become. It truly did, people. Yes, Charlie. It truly did. We also went through Jasmine's little books and diaries. Come here. Come here. I know. I don't want you to be lonely. Oh. I don't want you to be lonely today, I was about to say. And so she shat on me from a great height, like all my beloved children. That was a big one, Charlie. A big, massive one. Yucky. it's on my dress too. Did it go on my dress? I'm not sure if it went on my dress or not. Oh, Charlie, what can I say? I got to get a schmutter because of you. A schmutter bird. I'm going to write a story about the schmutter bird that poopies on her mama and thinks it's very funny, by the way. She loves it when she upsets me and I have to clean up her poopykins. Don't ya? It's a funny birdie. All right, shit will happen, people. It's part of life. But it especially happens when you was a rainbow lorikeet. All right. Joys of being owned by a rainbow lorikeet. Well, it keeps me humble, doesn't it? Where were we? It took me over 5 decades to simply become. We also went through Jasmine's... Sorry, I can't help myself. We also went through Jasmine's little books and diaries she wrote as a young child. Another literary Goldena Medina I carefully safeguarded and preserved. Crystal's going to post them to Jasmine. That's because we're long time, many years now estranged. But she told me that Jasmine is not the least bit sentimental about her childhood, so would probably not even want them or care. I nodded. My own mothering was a creativity that was spurned and negated and outright rejected by the time Jasmine turned 13. My serious and life-threatening mental health issues brought on by venal attacks from former lovers and their families and their cohorts had Jasmine decide that I was a failure, a loser, and I've lost it. Oh dear goddess, Charlie. And a monster with my inability to succeed at work or to maintain equilibrium or gain wealth or to sustain sane, nurturing relationships because of cumulative trauma. And to be fair, I have sustained nurturing, sane relationships with my platonic friends and my psychiatrist. So I actually am not a complete loser or a failure or a monster. I've just been very, very unlucky when it comes to finding true love, sexual partnerships. Very, very fucking unlucky indeed. Which is why I'm so grateful for my platonic friends like Scott and Alter Egos, my friend Jared, you know, my friend Nigel in New Zealand, you know, men who love me without any agenda, without any vile creepiness, who just see me and adore me for no other reason than I exist and think I'm wonderful and, you know, whatever they think of me. I can't presume to think what they think of me really, but I know Jared loves me deeply and as a brother to me and has always done so. So, you know, I'm not a complete failure, was what I'm saying. I'm being hard on myself. I have to cut myself some slack. Literally, cut myself some slack. Instead of deep love, compassion or kindness towards me, her mother, she showed me only fetid hatred and contempt. When I attempted suicide the first time, she told me to finish the job, and later, after my hysterectomy, her viciousness was a work of such abject horror that I foundered in the shadowlands of death for more years than I deserved. So Crystal will return her stories to her, and my home and garden will be free of residual energies and enmities from one I gathered together from within my very own loins. And once again, I will let go, let love, and turn that monstrous love that was spurned, neglected, and rejected for over 2 decades into a pristine, sanguine, blossoming Fibonacci spiral of epic fucking glory, such that my younger daughter will never know, recognize, or behold, or even respect. Jared showed me a photograph of Jasmine yesterday, and it was like looking at the face of a stranger. I actually felt almost nothing. There was just a very slight twinge. And I turned to Jared and I said, I did love her deeply as a child, and moved on. And that, my friends, is a horror and a tragedy that only a mother can understand what I'm saying here. The cold distance of time having even crushed the deep love I felt for that young woman, that woman. And let's face it, the abuse and the neglect as well. So, which goes both ways, I suppose. You could look at it, to be fair, it goes both ways. Mothers and daughters. You've done it again, Charlie. You're out to get me, Charlie. This was a lovely dress I had on, Charlie. Started out lovely. I know. I know you know, and I know that you know that I know that you don't care. Shall I call you Jasmine? Charlie? What did I say? Let go, let love. Anyway. C'est la vie. That's life, babies. This is what happens when you marry monsters and when you are spawned by them too. But the trauma is mine to carry or bury deep or ride like a Mustang mare in the darkest, most tragic storms of my life. And when I get down off that splendid hell horse, sweaty, knock-kneed, bandy-legged and exhausted, I will know it was a hell of a ride, but no one can take away the gifts the gods surrendered to me in great joy and blessing, because I paid the price and danced with Kali Ma and floated across the river Styx and flipped coins of fate with the ferryman, which is a fucking anomaly, as everyone knows. One is never supposed to come back from that last boat ride. And back I came, and back I came many, many times. So hail to the Holy One in all manifestations. May he heal my daughter Jasmine, who hated her loser mother, who could not get up and out of that hellscape during her childhood. And heal all my beloveds who see me and shake their heads and wring their hands and avert their eyes, because I am not like other mortals. And the becoming came so very, very late. Now that I am old and my joints seize up, and my heart sings a strange song and a melody and language I don't always comprehend myself. Because survival against all odds bears strange fruits and even stranger convocations, and so it is. And I must love the latest version of me that looks out of my flesh suit with ancient eyes and holds my love precious. It's insane, yes it is, but there is great art and beauty yet to be untapped. Go with the flow from evil, desecrated shit to spiritual gold. The yin and the yang until I reach my 0 point energy, my primal entry point into the void where ultimately I, my soul, shall begin again. The power of a woman, a mother, a daughter in full alignment. Wondrous and terrifying. 27th of December 2021. Yesterday I had a fabulous time with Jared and Crystal. We ate like kings. Crystal gave me a pair of beautiful mushroom earrings and a glow-in-the-dark incense holder that she had made. Gorgeous. Jared gave me a beautiful lantern with a pomegranate candle. I feel very spoilt. We drank lots of fruity Lexia wine mixed with soda water. Crystal brought over a bottle of spiced rum with mango and pineapple flavouring, which was delicious. So we had a few drinks of that. I hadn't had any alcohol in months, so started to feel a bit under the weather. Not drunk, but altered, lol. So I took Bobo for a short walk to clear my meridians. Yes, to Bobo. Afterwards, we all sat outside on the grass and breathed the joy that is my garden. Pardon me. I had pudding for breakfast, so it's kind of repeating on me now. But it was delicious. I feel so blessed and grateful to have this garden and my beautiful friends, family, and Charlie and Beauregard, who is now in the light, my beautiful boy. I'm sitting outside under a tree. My jaw's hurting. Oh dear God, please don't go bad. I had 3 years of agony of tooth pain for 3 summers. 2016 to 2019, it was complete, utter agony. So when my jaw starts tweaking, I'm like, oh, please not again. Anyway, I'm sitting outside under a tree and it has just started raining. Charlie has marched across the lawns and she did it again. And she did it again. And she did it again. Oh, Charlie, I don't even know where that went. All right, I need to put a nappy on you, Charlie. I wonder if they make nappies for birds. She was sitting on the pots outside my back door. Yes, you were. I know nobody to mama now. Nobody's to mama. No, Dobber. No. Don't be a mean birdie to mama. You bit Uncle Jared yesterday too, and you were so excited to see him. But you actually gave him a little nip. He was astonished, because you never bite his Uncle Jared. No. You're a mean little bird sometimes. Are you a mean little birdie sometimes? We are eating, she's quilling on top of her head, getting new feathers, and it makes her a bit ornery and bad-tempered and violent, doesn't it? It does. Sorry. We're eating leftover trifle. I'm drinking a mug of tea. Life is pretty good. Except if you're a quilling birdie. Then right now life sucks. And you want to take it out on your mama. You want to get revenge on your mama because the gods threw you down to earth as a birdie that quills. I get it. It's how I used to feel when I got my period. It's just unpleasantness beyond belief. But part of life, man, or in my case, woe man. 27th of December 2020. Just saw 1:11 p.m. Angels numbers. I think I meant angel numbers. Oh dear God, I have to wrap my head around that. I slept reasonably well last night, but I had very little sleep the night before and was up all night every half hour peeing. Last night I only got up about 5 times to pee, but I'm still exhausted. I'm so fucking exhausted, people. So don't mind me if I stumble over my words. I'm trying really hard to push everything out into the world in the event that I don't make it, right? There's method in my madness, why I'm doing these things, and why I was so weak and pathetic recently, hoping to have found a true love partner at long last, because I don't want to die without having at least one real and true and great love in my life. And I guess that's selfish, but anyway. Apparently I'm not dying. I can get this treatment for this, but I do feel very wrung out at the moment from the lack of sleep. So, ergo little flights of, sleep deprivation, psychosis and hypomania that I traverse like a sailor strapped to a mast, trying to avoid the sirens singing men to their depths. In my case, the subterranean subconscious of exhaustion, how it affects my subconscious, calling me down to the depths, right? But hooray, and up she rises. Angel numbers synchronously reminded me to pay attention to current and new blessings, asking me to let go of old trauma histories and negative people, shine bright like a diamond that was formed under too much pressure. Let the dross that does not serve me or our planet sink into the sea of darkness from which it came. Funny, I was just mentioning subterranean depths. It calls at me, but I twirl just beyond its grasp. No longer cocooned by fetid ancient hatreds and others' envy and spite. The butterfly has broken free. She will find a way to fly before she fries. My friend Lynn Sloan wrote, I appreciate the messages I get accompanied by a physical feeling from the universe, whatever they are called, by the fact there is a communication beyond the everyday life reminds me that I am important enough for that to occur and that I'm trusted with the information. With all the chaos in the world today, it leaves me with a trust that somehow steadies my little ship when it's tossed on that great wide ocean of life's elements, and I've forgotten the importance of remembering that I'm not alone. There's a greater power close by. Megan Phillips, my cousin, wrote, yes, a good awakening and realization. Cut away the cocoon. "1:52 a.m. Unable to sleep, which is weird as I am quite exhausted. I feel like I am about to enter a huge change in life circumstances, no idea what as yet. I have loved witnessing my own blossoming into my creativity in the second half of this year. Perhaps I might bring forth more awesomeness in 2021. I have been blessed with so much incredible love and support from Sally and Lynn and Peter, Jared, and my daughter Crystal, my beautiful pets. New amazing friends I have made in my neighbourhood. COVID drew us together as a community. And now one by one they're all drifting apart again, going on with their journey. Now they're no longer traumatised on a daily basis, right? I find that quite interesting, but it's human nature. I won't grieve too badly. They come and go like waves on a beach. Welcome when they come and bless them in their leaving. I said goodbye to too many people I had trusted and cared for in the past 12 months, but real friends remain in my inner circle and on Facebook. Grateful, blessed, happy woman here. Who knows? One day the gods might even let me have a life partner. I have to roll my eyes. I just have to. It's ridiculous. Someone worthy of my fire, resilience, and stoicism. Someone unafraid to love me completely. Someone loyal and faithful and decent. But it's a too hard basket. And in the meantime, this life of the Tanya has been carefully protected and nurtured by good and true friends. So that is more than enough for me. Love you all. Lila Tov, that means good night. I must rest some sleep from my overactivated brain. But happiness is the greatest gift I ever received from life and the angels. 27th of December 2019, 9:35 a.m. A love letter from the fringe. I promised myself back then that I would write myself a love letter, every so often, just to make me feel loved, lovable, when no other mortal man has, at that point in time, gifted me that much, apart from my soul friends and my true heart friends. But I promised myself a love letter, so this will seem a bit weird, but this is these are kind of channelings and giving me reasons to cleave to life, right? Back in December 2019, I was only 6 months in recovery from that awful gallbladder surgery, which verily I did have a near-death experience. I came close to dying. So I was still struggling to recalibrate into my body, mind and spirit and soul. And it's been a long, fucking hard recalibration, reintegration. And, even now at 58 years of age, I'm still a bit flubbery at times. But I probably will always be that way due to my trauma issues. Could do with another cup of tea. Anyway, 9:35 a.m, a letter from the Fringe. Dear Tanya, my love for you is eternal. I want to lie in bed with you in the cool of the evening and feel your heat smoulder from the depths of your soul. I want to dive inside your mind and watch the steam arise as all those miraculous, quirky, funny thought processes flow from neuron to synapse and fire up the intense beauty that is you. I want to be with you when you smile and laugh and lay down your warrior goddess sword, because your ancient trauma and griefs no longer slay me with terror. And I want you to know that you are deeply held, protected, and safe with me. You and your astonishing gift of a heart. I know I have run from you, terrified of my inability to man up and gift you a sense of connection and peace. But I have grown now. I am almost ready to fight my way back to you, but you need to be ready to accept my new reality. I know you feel me in the ether, hear my breath in the wind, see me in your dreaming, scream me in your streaming consciousness that calls me out of time and space. And I run and quaver like a jellyfish on acid, and you just smile and wait. Patience conferred on you by saboteurs and ignoble gimps, because you too had to grow back your own heart. The patience of Jonah about to be vomited up by the whale on dry, fresh land and be welcomed home to love. Oh, I haven't put my bins out. I don't have that much rubbish anyway, I guess. Shall I do the mad? Oh, it's recycling day. Look, I'm totally discombobulated. I could run now and still make it. Fuck it. We're busy here. It can wait another week, fortnight in the case of the recycling. Meh. Where was I? And be welcomed home to love. My dear, sweet woman, daughter of the gods, alone in storm-tossed seas of fate, you did this, cleave to your God and your man. Held true to your beloved friends who kept you alive and held you precious when no lover man could honour you accordingly. The fuck and the feast, incredible beast, but the right man knows his queen when he sees her. He won't fuck it up this time. Lay down your anger, your pain. I know you have felt like you were dying, and it's been a scary year. 2019 was a very, very scary year indeed. We too clutched at you and twirled you and cast you back to earth, to land as you often do, pussycat, back on your feet. We love you that much. To gift you more time for your quest for a true, loving, beloved, giggles. And so they came to find you at drumming and still don't get it. But the beating of the heart and the pounding on that drum and the red, red road we placed you on calls him home. All his little games, unravelling in the naked, burning fire in your eyes, little one. No human lover treated you with honour or decency, but you have been loved immensely by your dearest friends. Did another poopykins, Charlie? You've got the busiest bottom in Brisbane. The busiest bum in Brisbane. I swear to all the gods. If I could make money out of what you churn out of your bottom, I'd be a multi-millionaire by now, Charlie. She's just staring at me like, I don't care. You've been loved immensely by your dearest friends. They hold you precious and lift you up when once again some useless, dumb fuck tries to break you. Remember that love that is wholesome and unconditional. How hard it is to keep you alive, Tanya, after all the horror that surrounded you and the effects it had on your mind and spirit. Now, head up, shoulders back, sultry, sensitive eyes forward. Wiggle that ass, laugh in the face of their derision and culpable weakness. Love is the law. You can take off the training wheels on that bicycle that got stuck on one track to misery and climb higher and higher. See you when you get here. I will meet you halfway, but not today. Love always. Insert name here. 11:11 a.m. Holy, holy, holy. Kadosh, kadosh, kadosh. No, what's new? Nothing under the eclipsing sun. Rise and shine. Embrace your own divine, sublime in the sunshine of our glory days. Holding each other precious, gifts from the gods, rain and wind and exponential growth in my sacred garden. Lawn needs mowing again, crapola, but good for the earth. Blossoming in perpetuity while Mama T sits and dwells and plupses in her own pernicious, obstreperous obscurity. Life is good. Fruitcake for breakfast for this little hanging between the Sephi rot. Fruit bat. I need more sleep, exhausted, but content with my lot. Jared and I were really amused by Charlie yesterday. He, in those days we thought she was a boy, had a rainbow lorikeet visitor and an Indian myna visitor up high in the tree with yellow flowers. Yes, you, Charlie, you. He was twitterpated and terrified. The other lorikeet kept an eye on him and seemed to really fancy him. Her. My boy, my flightless, almost featherless, he has plucked out all his blue feathers, anathema to the colour blue, and looks grey and bedraggled from the chest down, has attracted a potential mate. Oh, what? What's up, Charlie? You still got it going on, Charlie. You are still a pretty birdie. Yes, you are. So that's why I have been having trouble getting him to climb down from that tree for the past 3 days. But yesterday, he got so excited, he fell, plop, into the bromeliads. Jared bade me pick him up so he would not get scratched by their tiny, sharp thorns. We had to laugh as Charlie smooched up to his mummatee, so grateful to be away from his ardent stalker kin. She's literally sitting up on the windowsill, looking a bit fey, Charlie. Strange little bird. The wild stalker bird watched from the foliage above and stayed a long time, fascinated by our crazy little Charlie bird, who prefers his human mother to any of his own species. Hilarious. I told Charlie he was very silly and could have hooked up by now. Jared laughed and said, "There you go again, matchmaking your kids and putting pressure on them to find mates. It's like a family tradition or really bad programming." I had to laugh. What is this obsession with finding true love partners? It's just absurdly whimsical and often fruitless. It's about survival, of course, and in my last phase of life, about having companionship, sex, romance, passion, and someone to have my back. Like my bird, I am a bit featherless, a bit twitterpated, or rather a twit, but prefer my freedom and my Mother Gaia, my true friends who have demonstrated over the decades that they really do love me. It seems pointless to throw that all aside for some frenzied, copulating, frottering that goes nowhere but downhill to despair. Charlie is right. Smart bird. "1:11 p.m. More 11s. Be ready, Tanya. Incoming. I ask my angels to protect me from any more witless, foul, pathetic, false nitwits. I gild my heart with kintsugi'd spiritual gold and gird and tighten up my spiritual chastity belt made from the foreskins of Philistines." Funny thought. Imagine an actual belt of fallacy foreskins dripping off my stolid, womanly hips and thighs. Get back in your box, Lilith. You are messing with my sexual power. Ha ha ha. She replies, "I know, my beloved, but crispy and chewy for the phooey." Tanya rolls her eyes. I don't know how to slap an Earth Mother goddess of primordial lust and etheric stardust up the side of her head. Be good to me, Mama. I am only a human woman after all. Screaming laughter from Malchut to Tiferet. Sighs, back to the dreaming. I highly recommend watching Years and Years, fabulous show. I Am Love. And my comment to that was, been waiting for him all my life. On second thoughts, he might have been the unwashed homeless schlob I gave $2 to a while back. The mystery is, we can never actually know. What if God was one of us, just a slob like one of us, just a stranger on the bus trying to make his way home? 27th of December 2018. This year has been one of the most powerful of my life. I knew it would be, as it was an 11 year and matches my energy. There were much turbulent emotions. Welcoming back my daughter on January 3, then on Christmas Eve, having to cut her out of my life. Losing a close friend also. Many other friends during the year, but they were superficial, false, competitive, psychic vampires. So no regrets there. I watched an old lover start to haunt me in the physical and got my heart torn open again. High hopes. Silly, really. As soon as he started circling my orbit, my remnant family deserted me. So who shall stand with me in the new year and any years left allotted me? Myself, of course, stand alone, proud and happy. My survival took no prisoners and brought no nasty, vapid fools. I am slip-sliding into 2019 with nothing short of stoicism. Jesus, if I'd known how bad that year was going to be. If I had known how bad every year of my life was going to be, but especially the worst horribili of my life, and there were many people, too many, I would not ever have come to this planet. A heart like a heavy stone on my chest, but a flowering, nascent hope that real life will find me and keep me precious and nourish and nurture me enough to enjoy my last years, months, or whatever. Whatever, babies. I salute the gods who tune into my reality show and tweak me a bit, a kick and a kiss, throw me back into the fray, my days simmering in the simmering mirage of heat and love and power, watching everything go to hell as I overcome my own trivial, pointless existence. Yet again, I am happy with myself and who I am. Update 27th of December 2019. Same shit at the end of 2019. But once again, I feel happy this morning, nurtured by my closest friends who love me and blow life back into my will-o-wisp soul. Love you. And here I posted an article. Largest ever clinical study on vitamin D shows we're wrong about a crucial benefit. I reply. I needed it as my fatty liver is not processing enough vitamin D. But I was put on 2 per day for 3 months. Time to reduce to 1. See how far I go for the next few months. Then stop taking it. I also quit HRT, which may have caused weeks of insomnia. No more hot flushes, so probably don't need to go back on it. Woot. The HRT blew out my gallbladder. It's scientifically proven that it kills your gallbladder. Isn't that nice? They give you a drug to fix one thing and destroy another organ in your body. This is why I'm completely medication free now, apart from my asthma medications and my vitamin D and my folic acid I take every day. 27th of December 2017. 7 days until Crystal returns to Brisbane. The acceleration of time slipping sideways through my breath. Not long to go now. I wonder how she will find me. I have been through so many changes since she was gone. Crystal will be greatly changed by her European experiences. I just want to sit and stare at her for a long time. A luxury. But as is the fate of mothers everywhere, I will be waiting until she feels ready to come to me. Sighs. Bit later I wrote, lol, I commented on a friend's page this morning saying, Kabbalistically speaking, now I'm being inundated with Kabbalah spam and have been sharing some of my most favourite wisdoms. I just realised I have been spamming all my friends with Kabbalah as well. Oops, sorry. It is the time of year when we all go into spiritual overdrive. Forgive me. Very sad news. My friend's beautiful old dog Puppy passed away this morning. Vale, Puppy, may you find peace and joy across the rainbow bridge, beautiful girl. You were the epitome of love. And here she is, Puppy, with Beauregard in the background. You've done another crap on me, Charlie. Another crap on me. Oh, it's a big one too. I'm going to have to change this dress, Charlie. I'm running out of dresses, Charlie. She goes, that's okay, Mama T. Just run around naked in your sacred space garden and scare all the neighbours and call out to the gods and the fae and bring down magic into your world. If I did that, really, truly, I'd be in an asylum by now. But there aren't any more asylums, are there? I can do whatever I want, whatever. Happy thoughts. My friend Jared and I were discussing last night what we would do if we'd won the 90 million. And he said he would just buy an ordinary 3 or 4 bedroom house, but on acreage, so he could have privacy at last. And I laughed and I said, I think I'd do the same. Be nice to be able to sit naked in your garden at night, in the cool of the evening, hot summer nights, and not be plagued by peering eyes in a giant fucking fishbowl, right? But then I guess with my luck, my weird-ass neighbours would send drones to spy on me. I mean, really, is there any place for privacy on planet Earth? One has to laugh. I commented on under the photo, one of my beloveds, which Puppy indeed was. And my friend Jared replied, so sorry to hear. This is the dog who opened my heart to owning a dog of my own. It wasn't long after meeting her that I adopted my Harvey, who's also now in the light. Thank you, Jared, for the beautiful day yesterday. I loved the turkey roll and potato salad and coleslaw. I loved the hamper you gifted me, and Beauregard really liked the ball that Harvey gave him. Most of all, I loved our time, literally hanging out together under the tree, which we didn't get to do yesterday because of all the epic storms that were just circling around all afternoon and evening. It was so lovely and cool after the storm blew through. It was such a relaxing and happy day in spite of my many and varied mood swings. You are a wonderful friend to tolerate the epic uniqueness of the Tanya vibe after so many years. I have been blessed in having gorgeous friends that love me in this life. Haven't I, Charlie?
She says, yes, the mama. The mama has been very blessed. And I'm one of your best friends. Even though I keep doing the poopykins, I still love you, Mama T. I know, Charlie. I know you still love the Mama T. Yes.
Eating the amazing gluten-free trifle that Jared made for me for breakfast. Bliss. Julie Goddard replied, trifle for breakfast? Laughing my ass off? Yummy. I replied, yes, Julie, that is how I roll. Jared replied, just for the record, yes, I made the trifle, but did not make the trifle for breakfast. Lol. I replied, Jared knows I eat desserts for brekkie. He is my enabler. Oh, you have to laugh. 27th of December, 2014. Looking quite happy there, in spite of my heartache over the dreadlocked nitwit wonder that we're still wondering whatever happened with that because he was such a nitwit. Here's the purpose of the photo. Little Mishki, he came into my life. Yes, that's Mushu, Charlie. That was little Mushu. His powers were beyond ordinary mortal imagination, Charlie. She says, of course he was. He lived at Sacred Space with us. He has to be a bit magical. He has to be a bit magical. I have slept all day recovering from the day's heat. Time to go out and dance. Need to move my body. I watched Transcendence and am now watching The Cars That Ate Paris, both suggested to me by Peter, which is Lynn's husband. It was stifling hot in my house. I can't wait for tomorrow's storm to break up the sultry heat. Here's a photo of my fish pond, one of my fish ponds back in the day. Oh, I just heard bones snap in my neck from too many years of moshing to Zombie and other amazing songs. The bones are cracking in my neck, Charlie. What are we going to do about that? She says, nothing, Mama. It's self-imposed damage to your neck. I had a lovely time doing it, Charlie. Je ne regrette rien. Je ne regrette rien. Je ne regrette rien. 27th of December 2012. I've had a nice day, quiet but pleasant. Made a nice chicken salad for dinner. Yum. I feel like going out, but will save myself for Saturday or New Year's Eve. That's if I end up going out New Year's Eve after all. I no longer go out on New Year's Eve. There's a big New Year's Eve party at the Brooklyn Standard, but it's $99 a head. There's food and drinks supplied and bands, but I can't afford that kind of money for a party. And also, I don't like being an intense sandwiching like a sardine in crowds on New Year's Eve. I used to go to the New Year's Eves at the casino, and it used to be so triggering and awful because there'd be men squeezed right close, pressing into you. Oh, it was vile, and there was nowhere to move. It was they'd take advantage of the situation, and there was no way to exit or get away. One lovely man was with his partner one year, and I actually said to him, "Excuse me," I said, "I hope you don't mind, but I said, there's a man like pressing into me and it's revolting. Can I just step in front of you?" And he did, and he was very protective and sweet and lovely. So that was very kind. I've never forgotten that kindness, actually. So they're not all creepy and weird, but by and large, it would just be so triggering, It's just so awful. It's not my idea of a good time, being squeezed and pressed by seedy, sordid men out in the nightlife. But, so it depends on how I'm travelling, I suppose. Last week when I was out, they were all trying to, pat me and touch me like I was some kind of object. I got really fucking pissed off. And my beautiful bartender friend gave me a free drink and said, "That's your Christmas present," and then looked at the men as if to say, "Fuck off," kind of thing. He's very lovely to me. And so I took that drink and said, "Thank you very much." And I thought, I need to sort my own fucking emotions out here. If I'm out in the nightlife, I have to handle whatever gets thrown my way, right? I have to handle it, otherwise I can't go out. So I took my drink and I went and sipped on it and, removed myself from the offending, creepy men that were just being lascivious, and pulled myself together, and off I went again, dancing wildly. And then a young Māori man came and danced next to me, and he was so beautiful, beautiful looking young man, probably about 25, could have been my grandson. Beautiful boy he was. And he's dancing wildly beside me, and my friend Juddy, because Ramjet was playing, so Juddy was standing over with his guitar, looking down, making sure I'm safe, right, which I deeply value and appreciate. I do keep a little bit of a brotherly eye on me, making sure I'm not, getting triggered or too freaked out or fucking molested. Because if I get molested, I just lash out, man. I just smack them down. So anyway, what happened was he's keeping a loving eye on me, and I'm looking up smiling because I knew that's what was going on, And this young Māori man was really, really he was a lovely young lad actually, but he was so beautiful. And my sexuality is just newly blossoming, coming to life. It's since after Beauregard died, it's some switch has just shifted in my consciousness, I suppose, because in a way I said to Bo when I buried him, I'm not far behind you, Bobo. I'm ready to die now. I'm ready to just let it all go and give in. And my true Viking berserker spirit is like, "Nah, fool, you're not going anywhere, Tanya. You've got life to live and love to be made with beautiful, soulful, nourishing, kind, loyal, faithful, devoted men, preferably one special man, the one. But anyway, however the universe unfurls for me in her appointed time. But I have this something I haven't felt in decade. Well, I've nearly a decade, because I tamped it down after a horrific malfeasant heartache over that fucking bloodless cur that still haunts me at red lights and crossroads. Anyway, so this beautiful young man's dancing beautifully beside me, looking at me with deep love and affection, which was sweet, you know. I suppose they do recognise a warrior goddess when they see one. Some men of Indigenous cultural background, they recognise the warrior goddess. They treat me with great honour and reverence. It's beautiful, and I appreciate it. But there was a kind of a sexuality, a sexual heat arising from the base of my feet. It shot up through all my meridians. I turned to the young man. I said, "What are you doing dancing next to this old wahine?" I said, "You need to move over there, go over there and annoy the beautiful young woman so you can hook up," I said, "because you're beautiful and you're wasting your time on this old lady." And he looked at me. He said, "But I want to dance with you," which they often do, because the predatorial nature of even young men is, "I've chosen you, baby. You're the challenge," right? So my warrior goddess just looked at him and nodded sanguinely and kept dancing. It's a free country. Man wants to dance with me, he can dance. As long as he's not groping me, grabbing me on the ass, invading my body autonomy without my consent, he can dance beside me all fucking night long if he wants to, right? This was my process. But young one decided to go behind me and move in front of me and dance in front of me. And he was flailing his arms out to me in this kind of trying to draw me in, right? And I'm just still dancing, but still calibrating my inner warrior goddess. And my teeth were starting to gnash slightly. And this heat is raging through my body of primordial, let's face it, primordial lust. Because had I been 30 years younger, young one would have been a movable feast. So I turned to him and I said to him, "You need to get away from me, young man." He said, "But why?" I said, "Because Mama T," I said, "has just had a hot flush and not of the good kind." He ran like a rabbit. And Johnny's like, because you can see it, my face, I go bright red. My skin's very florid, you know. I said, "Oh, dear goddess." I said, "Oh, dear goddess. Oh, dear goddess." But anyway, it was lovely. And it was lovely to have that sweet attention from someone very young and very handsome. Very interested too, I might add. I don't know what's wrong with young men these days, trying to be seductive with women old enough to be their grandmothers. It's a bit odd. But look, the young one wasn't being sleazy per se. He was just being playful and a bit sweet. And that's okay, really. But it wasn't him, it was me, having to manage my newly blossoming warrior goddess sexuality that I haven't had to manage it for a long, long time. So I was the one feeling it confronting and a bit of a struggle, you know. It's like, I don't know what kind of man is going to finally get into my bed but he'll have to be someone extraordinary and sweet and devoted and loyal and faithful and communicates and treats me with deep honour and respect, because I'm not unleashing that wildness on just anyone. Ever again. I wasted so much of that beauty and power and amazingness on nitwits. Absolute nitwits. Best they can do is drive around in jeeps staring into my rear vision mirror, right? Demanding my attention even spiritually. It's ridiculous is what it is. And the last idiot. You need a powerful man. You need a man who can handle. You need a man who's strong. TTFN. Ta-ta for now. I'm being sarcastic. He can ta-ta for now and forever. But for the love of God, I mean, why does... you have to laugh. Why does this keep happening to me? It really is a curse. But the right man is coming. I can smell him. I can feel him. I can sense him. When I set my eyeballs on him, I will know. He'll probably run for the hills too. But anyway, the right one won't run away. The right one will be a man and behave accordingly, like a real man should. Yes, Charlie. Yes, Charlie. 27th of December, 2011. And I'm smiling to myself because I have real men in my life. Real men. One of them is so fucking sexy. I actually told him, I said, why do you think I'm so protective, keeping the schlumpfers away from you? Because he's married. I said, because if anyone was going to be a schlumpfer and seduce you, it would be me. He just looked at me. Yes, there is a great fire between us, conflagrating, and I and he continuously hose it down, tamp it right down, let the embers glow where the embers glow. But we won't be conflagrating that fire because we love each other and we have respect for each other. Him being married and me being wild and free. And it's a tragedy in a way. It is a tragedy because I deserve a man who loves me passionately and deeply and wildly, who honours my freedom and my walk as a shaman and a witch and a Jew, as a warrior goddess on this planet Earth. I deserve a man who loves all of me, all aspects of my being, as the last one falsely promised, right? But although our love is deep, my friend and I, he is married. And I will not be the cause of another woman's pain or shame or degradation or loss. I lost so much in my own life, being treated as the other woman before by animals. I will not be the perpetrator of that pain on anyone, ever, ever, ever again. I will not come last on a man's bowstring. I will be his one and only, his priority, his deepest, truest love. And it will be a noble and honouring and a committed relationship. And it will be blessed and protected by the gods and honoured and respected and protected by our friends and family and business associates and whoever I end up being with in time. Our love will be seen and will be honoured and admired and ennobled, not desecrated like all my other love affairs by filthy, feted animals like used to happen at the casino. There will be no competition, there will be no envy, and there will be no spite, or I continue on my path alone, which is painful and langsam and arduous, but I've done it for 29 years and I can continue to do it. If I should sacrifice my freedom for a mortal man, it will have to be someone as wonderful and magical and beautiful and loving and authentic and sincere as I am. My equal, my king to my queen, my Bichette, my destined one, my match. And as I often say, may not even happen in this lifetime, in this incarnation, because yet again, the trickster game's being played. The fakeness, the falsity, the deception, the ghosts haunting me at red lights. It's ridiculous is what it is, but it seems to be my fate, which I seem to be unable to break and get off that groove, even after 25 years of therapy. God knows I have tried to heal that woundedness that keeps being cut deeper and deeper and deeper into my soul with every year that passes. 27th of December 2011. Charlie, what are you sitting on that you're messing with my laptop? Can you get off, please? No? Oh, look, I know, you're such a bossy birdie. Come here. Thank you. Oh, you're such a bossy bird. Do you run Sacred Space? Are you the new times 20 world leader? Tell the people, yes, tell the people what kind of a year we're going to have in 2024. She says, well, I can't speak for all the people, but Mama T is going to get off that ugly, ingrained, feted, fucked up groove. She's going to find me a daddy. You kind of got a daddy. Well, not really, but kind of, because Uncle Jared loves you deeply like any daddy would. You even bit him yesterday. She says, I know, Mama T, but I'm talking about the mama's going to find someone that loves her so much, so much, that I will even let him be my daddy. All right, it's a very nice thought, Charlie. She's like, what the fuck drugs are you on, Mama T? You're talking crap yet again for another year. I know, Charlie. I know. But I've seen the signs, Charlie. I've seen the signs. I have seen the signs of love potentials flowing to me from true hearts and true minds of their own free will with deep affection and passion and romance. I've seen it. I've seen it in their eyes, Charlie, the ones who do care about me. And if those men can care about me with such sweetness and honour and integrity, then one day Mama T might find a lover man who can do the same, but also have wild, passionate, loving sex with me as well. Because Mama wants a full, replete, healthy, constructive, loyal, faithful, loving partnership for her older age. Mama T wants what she's never had before. Instead of having things coming to her in bits and pieces and brokenness, with walls going up, so close and yet so far, Charlie, Mama T wants it all. I thought she pooed. She did poo. I want it all, Charlie. She says, you've got it all happening, Mama T. You've got it all. You've got me. You've got Uncle Jared and Auntie Lynn and Mama Sally. You've got all your other beautiful friends who love you. You've got Brian. You've even got the ghosts from the past. The zombie ghosts from the past following you around at red lights. It's weird, but you've got it all, Mama T. I know. 27th of December 2011. I've had a very blah day. Slept until 1:30 p.m. Where are you going, Charlie? Right, okay. Slept until 1:30 p.m. Went with Gail to get my script filled. Came straight home, watched TV, just woke up from a snooze in front of the TV. I wonder when I'll stop being so bloody tired. Oh well, there's always tomorrow. 27th of December 2009. We've had lots of lovely rain emitting direct from the heavens, but oi, the humidity. I feel like a worn-out dish rag. Look just as bedraggled too. What can I say? Living la vida loca in the subtropics. I wish I had air conditioning. And here it is, bestowed upon me by my goddess friend. And I'm so grateful that I can sit here in air conditioning in the comfort of my living room and present my readings to you in this comfort because of a certain earth angel. Love you deeply, darling. And on that note, oh, it's 30 degrees outside, it says on my laptop. So it's hot in the city today. On that note, I'm going to bid you goodbye and have a beautiful day. Have beautiful lunchtime. It's 12:32 p.m. here. But have a beautiful day, night, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are on the space-time continuum on planet Earth. Sending you love. I hope you're getting over your Christmas feasts and you're not too hungover or your tummy's not too ravaged by copious imbibing of lots of yummy things. And I hope your beloved family and friends have been kind to you. And I wish you all a wonderful new year in the coming days. God's bless from Titania's realm. Bye for now.